value. Value. Every time you look at that Marine cap, just look at it, I've earned it. In those days when the cricket was so strong in West Indies, in the era we played in. So to get that Maroon cap is a lot of determination, a lot of strength, of courage. Because at that time, West Indies could have picked two teams. So to earn that West Indies cap, you talk about scoring a lot of runs, getting lots of wickets, and looking behind your back. Because if somebody comes in, takes your place, you're not coming back. So that was the courage we had in those days. So to earn that Maroon cap, you look at it and say, yes, I earned this cap and I'm going to keep it. So in order to keep it, you have to perform and treasure it.
Do you think the current generation of Caribbean cricketers has not imbibed that tradition?
Well, I can't speak for these chaps, but all I'm telling you is, in my era, we had great role models. And my role models has created a big impact. Not only my cricket, my whole life. Because what I learned to do, learn to respect them as people and what they have done for people like me. From the time before, you had great people like Sir Frank Worrell, like Walker Worrell, and then came the genius of Sir Gary Sobers, Rohan Kanai, Lance Gibbs. Those men, what they have done for West Indies cricket. And I was so fortunate when I walked into that team to enjoy the bottom end of their career. Sir Gary Sobers was captain first. Then Lance Gibbs was my captain for Guyana when I was 16. Sir Gary Sobers was captain when I made my debut. Rohan Kanai became captain after Gary Sobers. Could you imagine being in the dressing room with these men who you seen as gods when I was growing up, and to be in the same dressing room, sitting with them, that pedigree, how much added value he gave to me as a youngster, just to create a career for myself. And what I worship them more is they have laid such a strong foundation for people like me, the Richards, the Greenwich, and all of us younger players who were coming in on the scene then. What a strong foundation they laid for us, just to follow and continue. That's all. And we tried to do the same thing when we were playing. But as I said, I can't speak for people, but all I can say, cricket would always go on. I always wanted to play for West Indies. And had it not been for West Indies, who would have been? We would have been. I would have been a nobody. So West Indies cricket has made us. He has made us household names. He has made us famous. So we must never ever turn our back on West Indies cricket in terms of that. Yes. Tony Gregg was doing commentaries in Australia in 1975, 1976, when we were drilled 5-1 in Australia. And then came the tour to England. Being captain of England, to come out and make a statement, a bold statement, as to say he was going to make us grovel. Well, coming from as much as he played for England, he's South African. And to come out and make a statement like that, again, to West Indians, you're waking up an ancestor. And I can tell you, that became the end of his career, if you read about it. He was never the same person again. He was really, really terrorized by the fast bowlers. And I think he regretted about that statement. And that was the start of that team. Because we were all younger players. Clive Lloyd was a young captain to Australia, along with a lot of young players. And Andy Roberts was the only fast bowler we had. We had Michael Holding, but he was just a young chap coming up. I think he only played in one test match. But Andy Roberts was the only genuine fast bowler we had. And in terms of, we had medium pacers, but in Australia, or any cricket, if you're not quick, you've got to be a good spinner. There's no room for medium pacers in world cricket, I think personally. And we had too many medium pacers in terms of Van Holder, Keith Boyce, Julian. They were all medium pacers. So the support for Andrew Roberts wasn't there, as one should. Was he had Lillian Thompson and a lot of backup bowlers. Andy Roberts didn't have that. So we suffered a big defeat, but we learned from that, coming to England, and then we beat England badly, and that was the start of the development of that side that formed that unit and led cricket for at least 15 years at the top. But you know, when people talk about success story, how good were that team? Forget ability. It was a bunch of young chaps that were very hungry and passionate about all cricket. And we used to sit in England when it's raining or anything. We had a manager in Clyde Walcott who comes from the old school, and we used to ask him questions and talk about the old players, the value of West Indies cricket, what it meant to all of us, and that made us more hungry. And then all of us were also playing professionally in England in that period. All 11 chaps walking out in the field, all were playing professional cricket in England. And that really helped us to think. To think alone, your outlook become more professional. And then that means you look at yourself as an individual, you know, and your own performance and your own, you know, and the team performance. So we always look at that. So it was a bunch of young chaps came together and started to create professionalism in the dressing room. And that enhanced Clive's reputation as a very good captain. He had good leadership skills, you know. I developed into a very, very top captain. Successor, at least the most successful captain we ever had with that bunch of chaps. The batting, when you look at that batting, you know, the Viv Richards, the Gwynnes, Roy Fredericks, Clive Lloyd, and these chaps. The bowling, Andy Roberts, Michael Holden, Colin Croft-Garner, when you look at that, and then came in. And how many players missed out on that? Look at Sylvester Clarke, the most dangerous fast bowler we ever produced. Marco Marshall came on the scene. That means Wayne Daniels out. And he was very quick. So that was the competition of West Indies. And that team started to think professionally and took West Indies cricket to that high, to a different level. To a different level. And not often one can speak and say, in any generation, a team of that caliber can be assembled together. You know, in one unit, in that area. So, and then that team disappeared. Brian Lara came, he was on his own. And then the last of the lot we had Courtney Walsh and Courtney Ambrose. I think that's the last of the great era we have had. And what is sad is to see West Indies cricket go from the top to the bottom. You know, you never expected that.
Yeah.
You know, when you go through lean periods, you expect still somewhere to be in the 1, 2, 3, but we didn't do that, and that, which is sad really for cricket. And all world people are saying, people all over the world are always looking forward to West Indies team to go and see. Because West Indies, they play a different brand of cricket. You know, and when world cricket is healthy, when West Indies cricket is healthy, world cricket can be very, very healthy.
Yeah.
And we are just hoping for that. My big takeaway is always one thing. As a captain, I don't force people to do things if I can't do it. I always try to lead from the front. Example is a key thing here. And sometimes we don't get it right all the time, but you always try to lead from the front and be as honest as possible to your team. You know, and knowing each player, what they can do and what they can't do. And that's all I use it is simple things of communication with players and try to understand what they go through before a game. And you try to pass on that kind of knowledge to them. Most of the 2020 cricket now has taken the world by storm. Number one, it's entertaining. It's bringing lots of money to both. The players are getting paid well. The different franchises are making money. The BCCI is making a lot of money, and from what I read and what I've seen, it's a good thing what they've done in terms of that grassroots cricket is being helped a lot. The grassroots players are being paid, and then all the players are being paid more now, a bit of pension that has ever been. So India is looking in that sense. India is spending that money well. And the other thing, they're spending money creating infrastructures all India, which is a great thing. In the past, you never hear about players coming from the villages, like for example the Dhoni and these kind of chaps. So the cricket is all of that. Stadiums are being built all over in the cities now, in the outskirts of India, which never happened before. And it goes to show that how much ability is there out there. And that's they're now finding all the ability players now from all India, rather than it being centered in certain locations. And that's the healthy for cricket in West Indies. Sorry, not West Indies, India. And India has always been the richest sport in the world. So there's no doubt about that. And you can see because of that, look at the quality of India's cricket now. You know, it's a different India team that I know. You know, the will to win, all around side, competing all over the world now, not just turning up. They're competing now. They've got fast bowlers, they've got spinners, they've got top batsmen, they've got good leadership, wanting to win and compete, not to just turn up. So India's cricket is healthy.
But does Test cricket in general face a threat according to you?
Well, the future we don't know. But all I can tell is Test cricket will never die. Certain countries believe in Test cricket, and that wouldn't die. You need a base to bring in, to nurture young players. They just can't turn up and just say they're using magic wand and start hitting ball all over the ground. You need a base, and that's what the base is. You need a technique, and the technique that's going to help you to bat long. So you have to learn to bat long. You have to learn to bat long. You have to learn to bowl long, not 4 overs. You have to learn to bowl long spells. And only Test cricket can do that.
Yeah.
So you need a Test cricket for that.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish this maybe on a lighter note. We, see like a few shirt unbuttoned, batting Clive Lloyd with his collar up, Dennis Lilly, hurling red cherry with his shirt unbuttoned. So what was this about? The cricketers of the 70s. Was this the swagger that we are looking at?
It was his swagger and his style.
Yeah. Do you think it has disappeared among the current
I don't see it now,
Okay.
because that's the first thing people ask me about the open buttons. I still have it. I still, even it's the habit of the swagger and the even dressing formally.
Yeah.
As you can see,
Yeah.
it's all same habit. I get into trouble with that at home with my wife. So it's the same habit I have. So it is for a little bit of swagger too and a habit. Yeah. The style in those days.
Yeah.